my name's Eban Escott. I am the co-founder of Codebots. It's based on research I conducted throughout my PhD. What we've done is we've turned it into a business. We currently employ around 60 people. Our head office is in Brisbane, Australia. We have an office in Singapore. We have our office in the United Kingdom. And we are coming here to Thailand now, hence some of the reasons we're here at this conference. We're going to see some really cool stuff today, but we're going to start off with doing a little bit of a thought experiment. Who here has built a software project before or been involved in building a software project? Put your hands up, let's see it here. What are you doing here if you haven't built a software project? Come on, hands up, who's built a software project? Project managers, designers, CEOs, founders, startup, marketing people? Who's here in marketing? What's your job title? Logistics. Anyone in logistics? Hands up. Put your hand up. Yep, there we go. We're all here. Okay, so we're here to talk about software. Software is a really cool thing because it pretty much underpins all businesses today. Now we're going to do a thought experiment. How do we build software today? You guys are going to play the role of the actual product, what we call the product owner, the person who wants to build some software. And I'm going to play the role of the software engineer. Okay, now, you'll come to me and say, Eban, can you build some software for me? Sure, of course I can. I've been doing this a long time. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have some conversations. Okay, so no doubt we're going to use our voice, we're going to have some meetings, we're going to have this type of thing. No doubt we're going to also be sending some emails around. Okay, so we're going to be using language and text and all these types of things. Okay, and finally, definitely my favourite, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the whiteboard. Okay, and we're going to draw some diagrams on the whiteboard, and on the whiteboard there's going to be this rectangle that means this thing, and the square means this, and there's going to be a line going across somewhere else that means somewhere else, and we're going to capture all this knowledge about the intention of what software you actually want to build. Now, traditionally, what happens is me as the software engineer, I take all those things that we've been given and I respectfully, I put that in the bottom drawer of my desk down there. I ignore it to a degree and then I start writing directly into the code base. That is the problem with software engineering today. It leads to so many actual problems. Now, imagine a future where I take that out of the bottom drawer and I put it back on the meeting table in front of us. Okay? Not only do you understand the intention of the software, and not only do I understand the intention of the software, but we can have a codebot understand the intention of the software as well. And in this diagram, it's represented down here. Now, what we've been able to do through codebots is we're able to get a codebot to write about 92% of a code base that a human typically has to write. Okay? Now, this really leads into the future of work, which is one of my favourite topics. Okay? It's about humans and bots working together. Okay? What we want to do is we want to put the best tools in the hands of our designers and our software engineers, okay? And use the bots to do the heavy lifting on the project, and you let the humans use their creativity. That's the other 8% here. Now, excitingly, I'm going to do, via my beautiful assistant over here, Eban, there he is. He's beautiful. Number of levels. What we're actually going to do is we're going to do a live demo. Fingers crossed, we've sacrificed some things this morning to make sure this works, but we're going to give it a go. So we're flicking over. Now this is the Codebots platform. It's going to be really quick because I don't have a great amount of time. Basically, this is what the platform looks like. Across the top, Eban's just going to move the cursor for me. There's 3 diagrams. This is the entity diagram. It's like for those nerds out there, that's your database schema. You can add in attributes, validators, entities, this type of thing. You can lay this out. There's a user interface diagram where you click on that. You can create pages and tiles and this type of thing. And the third diagram is the actual security diagram. Now the security diagram is where you can set up in Nerd Talk, what we talk about is APIs, application programming interfaces. And this is where you can lock down your data security. Now between these 3 diagrams, we can infer a lot about what the actual application is going to do. So next up, we're actually going to watch the Codebots build some code. Now this is happening live up in the cloud right now. And you're going to see it happening. First of all, the bot's getting ready to make the build. And then we're going to actually watch a Codebot write some code. Okay, what you're seeing here is a visual representation of the bot writing the code. Each of the nodes here in this graph is a file actually in the source code repository. Okay, this is the entire code base, and in those few seconds, that bot I think wrote about 17,000 lines of code. Okay, to take a human to do that, to give you the idea, a human, if you're on form and you haven't got RSI and you can touch type and all those types of things, a human can probably get out between 500 and 1,000 lines of code per day. So you can see the efficiency gains there. Now, we can zoom in, zoom out. More importantly, we click on one of these nodes, and what we do is it actually takes us through, just waiting for the thing to navigate, actually takes us through to the source code itself. Now what we've got here is the source code that the bot has written. From day one, our customers own their source code, and the source code that the bots write looks like a human has written it. It's best practice. Me just grabbing another one. And here we go. Now, importantly, how do you add code next to the software, to the Codebots code? It's quite simply done here inside these protected regions. You put your code in there, and then the bot works around that for the next bot-written code. All right, back to the slide deck. All right, so what does that give us? It gives us quality and speed. 92% on average is written by a Codebot. For some of our customers, it goes higher than 99. Next up, we've got reuse at scale. Okay, what we've done is we've done scientific field trials that show that our Codebots are 8.3 times faster. Okay, teams using a Codebot are 8.3 times faster than teams that do not. Right, so there's a planning section, okay, where you plan the project out. There's a build section, which you guys saw there, where you're actually building the application. There's a testing section, one of my favorite. Yes, the bots write the development target and the testing target, so that's brilliant. So the quality of the software comes up, and you can add in extra tests as well. Next month, my book's coming out. It's called Bots That Code. You can download it from our website. It's the Continuous Modernisation Playbook. So what we work with businesses going through digital transformations, and we try to move them into a mode of continuous modernisation. So instead of being a one-off digital transformation project, what you want to do is get into a powerful position where you have control and knowledge of what's actually happening, and you change the code base. So you continually modernise to help the business be more agile in changing market conditions.